The Grinch smile. Do you have any special talents other than designing, that we should know about?
Yes, buying shoes and handbags. I'm really good at it.
You
And
are
I'm
an
very
expert.
yes, and I am very devoted to it as well.
Yes.
That's what I mean, I just want to be honest, that's what I'm good at. I'm terrible at golf. I can't play tennis, but I can shop up a shoe department like storm. I love
That's
it. I
awesome.
love it.
Okay, well, thanks for sharing that. Okay,
Call
so
me shallow, but there we are.
hey, everybody's got their passion in life, okay? I happen to play a lot of tennis, and we're just, everybody's a little different. All right, guys, so here's this fun story. We launched this, Diane, probably, I'd say, 2 to 3 months ago. Maybe 2 months ago. And in one single day, we sold probably about 25 to 30,000 of these tees. They're super cute. What I have left is what I have left. We just have a limited amount that we brought out, and guess what we did? We lowered the price into a featured price tonight, so you're saving a few dollars. Here are the colors we have. This is called Black Animal. That was really popular when we launched it. This is the one that I wore, and I love it. This is the chambray paisley. This is the one Diane wore, and I think this is super hip because it's got this really subtle camo in the background. It's called khaki camo. The next one's gonna be your navy stripe with all the beautiful florals. And then finally at the back, we have the rust paisley with a lot of beautiful turquoise blue inside there. So this, Diane, is high-low, and it is a tunic length top, isn't it?
Well, it is definitely a longer t-shirt because we wanted to get the magnificence of each of the prints and all the jeweling that goes on in them. So these prints are very unique because you can see the subtlety of it. Very difficult to get that kind of ombre in and then go back in and jewel everything. And you can see a little bit of the twinkle there. These are subtle. They are done on a burnout, so they're very breathable, but they also have their own surface interest. It is a high-low interest, and there is nothing in a top more luscious on the body than a cotton modal burnout. The sleeve is generous with coverage. I like the length of it, and each one of these goes back to a jean. Yeah, we've got it with the jeans, and the jeans, those prints are really unique. And I am usually not a matchy person, but I loved the idea of having the jean with the print derivative of the top. So if you love that idea too, and it really looks like I was your personal shopper, I put this together. It was discovered from some hidden, precious boutique. That is the look, head to toe. And I do know that there are many, 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 many less print jeans than there are of these t-shirts. But boy, these t-shirts are such a cool, breathable touch in the middle of the hottest part of summer. They are really lovely.
And also, I love the V-neck, and these also go up to 5X. So once again, when we launched these, everybody was so happy because we had such a wide range of sizes. So if you need that 4X or 5X,